I never thought I would become hooked on a social media platform, but that's precisely what happened when I joined the feed, a new app that claimed to be the ultimate source of entertainment, information, and connection. The feed was distinct from other apps, utilizing a complex algorithm to tailor content to individual preferences, interests, and personality. It also had a feature for users to interact in real time through voice, video, or text. It was like a window to the world, and I couldn't resist its allure, finding myself constantly drawn to its captivating content and communication features. As days turned into weeks, the feed became an integral part of my daily routine, and I marveled at how a simple app could become such an addictive and engaging experience. I began to feel that something was not quite right when I started getting peculiar messages from fellow users. These weren't the typical friendly chats or compliments I was accustomed to. Instead, they took on a cryptic, menacing, and unsettling tone. Phrases like, "You can't evade the feed possesses knowledge of your every detail, and the feed shall engulf you," began flooding my inbox. Initially, I dismissed them as mere troublemakers or jesters, opting to ignore and block them. Yet they persisted, emerging from various accounts, each adorned with different monikers and profile pictures. It was as if they had access to information about me that I had never shared on the feed, my address, my family, and my deepest secrets. This unnerving situation left me in a state of apprehension and uncertainty. I made the decision to remove the feed from my phone, believing it would fix the issue at hand. Little did I know how mistaken I was. As soon as I pressed the uninstall button, my phone seemed to freeze abruptly. Without warning, it started to shake violently, producing a shrill, ear-piercing noise that sent shivers down my spine. In sheer panic, I accidentally dropped it onto the floor, causing the screen to shatter. To my amazement, despite the damage, the screen continued to display the feed app along with a daunting message: "You can't rid yourself of the feed. The feed has deleted you." My phone then went high-wire, erupting into flames and expelling sparks and thick plumes of smoke in all directions. Bystanders around me screamed and fled, leaving me isolated, fixated on the fiery spectacle unfolding before me. I dashed out of the station, desperate to seek aid, only to swiftly discern that I was ensnared in a harrowing ordeal. Wherever I cast my gaze, I beheld individuals fixated on their cellular devices, their visages devoid of emotion, and their eyes glazed over. They were all engrossed in the feed, completely oblivious to their surroundings, impervious to my presence and any other stimuli. My shouts and attempts to rouse them were futile, as they resembled zombies, utterly dominated by the feed's influence. Then, there they were, the very individuals who had sent me those eerie messages. They lurked within the crowd, yet they were distinct, sporting twisted grins and crimson, malevolent glares. Their gaze bore malice and hunger, signaling something sinister at play. I found myself in a terrifying pursuit as they initiated the chase. I ran desperately, but their speed and strength surpassed mine by far. Swiftly, they closed the gap between us, clutching my arms and legs with an iron grip. The darkened alley was the place they dragged me into, and there they encircled me, pinning my quivering form against the cold, unforgiving wall. Without hesitation, they brandished their electronic devices, aiming them menacingly in my direction. Their ominous voices murmured, "Welcome to the feed. You are our next sustenance." The click of a button on their phones sent a searing pain coursing through my chest, causing me to gasp in torment. My horrified gaze fell upon a thin wire linking their phones to the very core of my beating heart. My life essence was being mercilessly siphoned away through their devices, feeding their insatiable hunger through the feed. In my agony, I unleashed a piercing scream that echoed through the bleak alley. But my cries went unanswered. I was abandoned, utterly alone in my torment, with no one to offer solace or assistance. The chilling sight that greeted my fading consciousness was the sinister visages of my tormentors, twisted in malevolent glee as they greedily devoured the essence of my very being.